Welcome to Coffee and Tarot with Mama T. My name is Teresa, and I am welcoming you and Spirit in for a reading for Saturday, November 1st. And I have already cleansed, prayed over, and shuffled the decks as usual. And I just want to make this reading go as quickly as possible for you. I can spend all day reading cards, but you probably have other things to do. So let me go ahead and share what we're doing today. I haven't gotten a keyword yet. So let's grab a keyword. Okay. I have the Sacred Witch Tarot that is going to be for our tarot cards. That's what the deck looks like. The card backs look like this. They're very pretty. And this is a Y-Spell deck. It's really affordable, mass market. They shuffle really nice. Anyway, really like them. Okay, so then we have the Modern Goddess Oracle by Ethony, and this deck is gorge. Love this deck. Ethony is here on YouTube. Her name is spelled Ethony. It's right there. And these card backs, they're just dreamy. So anyway, this is the oracle that we're going to be using, the Modern Goddess Oracle. Our card that we get for today is, this is right in keeping with the theme that we've got going on the last couple of days. We had the Four of Wands on Thursday, we had the Lovers yesterday, and now we have the Two of Cups. So we'll talk about that in a moment. Let's look at our oracle card. Okay, and the oracle card we get is the Shadow Master. So I don't know this card. I'll have to look the definition of this one up. I like this. I love these goddesses. Some of them are like modern day, like really modern. They're all modern takes on the goddesses, but some of them are ancient, have the ancient goddesses names, and some of them have names like this one. And so the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is a card just like the Lovers. This can be any kind of partnership, close relationship, loving. This isn't, an offer of love. This is love, relationships. This is like a communion. It doesn't have to be like a romantic love. Sometimes it can be, some kind of a business partnership or a very close friendship, but it's usually very close, and there's usually plenty of affection one way or the other. So that is a really nice card. Let me see if this deck has anything else to say about this particular one. The imagery of it with the steam coming up from these skull goblets, I wonder if there's any significance there. That's why I want to look this up. Yeah, two energies in harmony, connection, mutual understanding. The entwining lines above their heads are suggesting that spiritual bond that they have in between them. The griffin above, with its open wings, embodies wisdom and balance, overseeing the partnership. So this can be a start of a relationship. This is mutual trust and respect, and working together as a team. So, all right. I love that card. And then the next one, the Shadow Master. Let's look up the meaning of this one in Ethony's deck here. The key word here is integration. And I think that that does kind of go with like a partnership where you're integrating energies. The affirmation is today and every day I move toward wholeness. The symbols on here, it says skulls, mirror, and labyrinth. So that's kind of funny because of where did the tarot card is in my hands. I'm looking for it. Where is it? Is the skulls, so that's funny that we get both of those symbols coming through. And I think it comes through in her tattoos because the tattoos hold significance here. So the Shadow Master is not afraid to hold a mirror up to herself and see what needs to be brought into the light and integrated. She's done the hard work in her spiritual journey before, and she knows she'll have to do it again in the future. She stands before the labyrinth. There's this labyrinth behind her. A symbol of the journey we take to our center and back again. This journey is often made more than once in a person's lifetime, and she's inviting you to get on yours. Her tattoos are reminders of the lessons integrated into her being and the invitations that she's undergone. And then, let's see. The Shadow Master has come into your reading today as you're going through a period of integration. It may not be a very comfortable experience, but it's one that's worth going through. All shadow journeys are the road to new knowledge, skills, and wholeness, and require old parts of ourselves to be broken open for the new to be integrated. That is the case with a love relationship too. You do have to break open parts of yourself in order to get into or appreciate a love relationship. You have to break open pieces of yourself and let somebody in there. And it's the same thing when you are working on yourself and your own shadow. You have to embrace that other part of yourself that needs to be integrated into the greater whole. And that is, that. So if you are in a love relationship or entering a love relationship, then the emphasis would be more on this card. With the idea of integrating and bringing all of yourself, your whole self into this relationship. If love is not in the cards, that's not part of the thing for you, then the idea is to embrace your whole self, your shadows and all, and integrate it all into one great whole and embrace and love all of those parts of yourself. So that is our reading for those cards. Our keyword is covering. So the idea of covering, there's a couple of different meanings that come to my mind. Covering, when I wrote this keyword out, I was thinking of it in terms of when you are hiding parts of yourself at work, for example. I am in a I'm in a marriage with a woman, and but I'm straight passing, and if I try to usurp that privilege of the straight passing part of myself, then that's covering who I really am. Or I remember a friend of mine talking about, we worked we worked on the phones in the insurance industry, and she was is African American, and she was talking about her break being over and she had to get back on the phone. She said, "Time to put my white girl voice on." So, that's covering. When you cover up a certain integral, important part of yourself, or hide it, or kind of push it to the background, that's covering. And that's the meaning I was using when I wrote this keyword. But another definition of covering is protection. When you are offering covering for somebody, then you are there to to protect them and have their back and be their support and be the foundation or the assistant that they need. And so, so that's another way of looking at covering that fits in more with this idea of a potential love relationship. If you're covering something when you are looking at your shadows, that's where you're being challenged to take that covering off and examine what's really there underneath. So, all right. Well, that is it for our reading for the day. I hope you have a wonderful day ahead and a great weekend, and I will see you in my next video. Bye now.